idea when anything's going to kill. This game just tactilely feels really good. And
Yeah.
a lot of the characters feel a lot better in this game as well. Like, they've been balanced across the board. And Tibs, wow, voice crack. Tibs. I haven't had a voice crack like that since the 8th grade, my dude. Okay, but Tibs going to be showing one of those across-the-board balance changes because he is a Pac-Man player, a character that was notoriously weak with some very bad options and a couple of very good ones in Smash 4. And now he's a little bit more evened out across the board.
Yeah, and going up against Jerm here, we saw the Tink before, and now he's going to be busting out the Robin. Something that we've talked about before, that we've seen actually tonight as well. Really, I think the big thing is how Jerm is going to be utilizing these resources. One thing he did so well as Toon Link was just having supreme control and understanding of where his opponent was going to be, and as a result, throwing the right projectile to cover those particular options. So that's what Jerm's going to be doing here, just taking the early game really to just download as much information as he possibly can, and then start applying that knowledge to really get control of this game.
Yeah, and not letting Pac-Man get control of the stage and of the game is the most important thing in this matchup because, as you can see, when Tibs has got the lead, he just runs away and he just starts throwing those projectiles. And you got to put the pressure on Pac-Man so that he does actually have to approach you because his boxing tools kind of weak.
Yeah, but his keep away tools pretty good.
Pretty darn good.
Pretty good. You know, he throws the key at you, and you're just like, man, I should have looked at the Carfax. All right, I'm not about it. I'm not about this like right now. And speaking of which, key coming through.
Wow.
Ooh.
So this is something that we were talking about earlier when we saw Tibs on stream, is just how well he knows this character. He played Pac-Man back in Smash 4, and so he's been labbing with the angles and everything with this game, but he knows every single time where that hydrant is going to go and how he can best utilize the angle that it bounces at. And how to utilize it to extend the hitbox on that forward smash.
Ooh.
Not the first time we've seen it tonight.
Yeah, Tibs is playing clean right now. Well, like I said, Jerm, definitely one of those older players who I think is really good at understanding and playing the player next to him.
He
come
got
on,
so
dude.
greedy for the key. Oh, yeah, I'm with you, man. That feels bad.
That feels really bad.
Because this would be considered an upset by most people. Jerm has been established for a long time, and Tibs, first of all, playing the Pac-Man. And second of all, anybody outside of this region doesn't know who he is. So to see him go up that big on Jerm at the start and then lose it all is just so hurtful.
Yeah, it's a gut punch in terms of momentum for Tibs, and what we're seeing now is just Jerm in complete control. I mean, he hasn't got to touch this stock.
And that comes down to a lot of stuff. I want to point out that Jerm is putting these arc fires exactly where they need to be on the ledge because you want it right on the bit of the ledge there where it'll actually start to fall off at the end, and that's one thing you can do. That's a prolonged 0 to death from Jerm. But as I was getting to with the arc fire, if you put it right on the ledge, it'll fall down and it'll hit people. But if your spacing is just a little off, all you have to do is sit on the ledge and wait for it to run out and literally wait for Robin to run out of arc fires so you can come back on stage.
Tibs, for a minute there, looked like he was trying to wake up, but Jerm right back now with the pressure. It really feels like what we're seeing from Tibs is a complete change in his style of play. I feel like because he's a stock behind, now he's not going for what worked before, which was just, you know, leveraging the key as best as he can, keeping the distance away from Jerm. Instead, he's really antsy about taking the stock out, so he's trying to play the boxing match. And like you said, that's not something that Pac-Man really excels at.
And not only that, but Robin really excels at that way as long as she has access to the 11 sword aerials, because those are pretty much aerial smash attacks.
Bringing up a good point there.
I can't believe the hydrant got sent backwards by the Arc Thunder.
Wow.
Dude, I'm starting to think that Jerm knows how to play against a Pac-Man or two.
Oh, going through, but oh, wow. Surprise. Jerm, I guess, it was still stuck in the end leg of his option. And that's getting clipped by Tibs here. But Tibs, like we said, you know, even if he takes this stock, he still has to figure out another way to take the other one.
Oh, he still has a chance.
Still has some sort of a chance.
That was great DI. You see how far into the corner he was? My God. All right, getting that power pellet back on stage. And yeah, he's trying to go for the sauce on that fire hydrant.
And Jerm's like, you know what? What if a jab just killed you? Just a jab sequence. Would that be okay?
What if I use this jab that is all of a sudden good in this game? That's crazy. Yes, I saw the plate from Jerm after that first stock. You know, Tibs went up, and then, like you said, the momentum killer that is an SD, Jerm immediately got a 0 to death after that and then never looked back. Man, matchup Matchup-wise, I am afraid if I'm Pac-Man, seeing just how well that Jerm is able to lock down all of the projectile tools.
Yeah, you know, honestly, what I'm more scared of, though, is this game 2 Jerm. Because, you know, this entire time I feel like I said before, like he's just taking in so much information on some of Tibs' habits and whatnot. And I wouldn't be surprised if this next game ends up being a 3-stock or close to a 3.
I don't blame you for thinking that way. I mean, that's a classic fighting game thing that you focus more, you focus less on winning in the first game and more on learning and eking out like just 2 or 3 habits that you can take advantage of on your opponent and then demolishing them for that. And I think one of the big things that Jerm has to take away is he says, okay, as long as I can get a lead, Tibs is going to press a lot of buttons and try to win the game just by doing that, which by boxing, Pac-Man can't do it.
You know what? I appreciate the courtesy charge that they gave both players, okay? You get the key. No problem.
Then Tibs immediately tried to duff him afterwards, so he was like, all right, that's enough.
Jerm's like, I thought we said 10 paces. That was 9. I was counting.
Dude, I don't need to be thinking about Hamilton right now. I gotta be real.
Oh, man.
Oh, he lets him go all the way to the key. Dude, I keep thinking that Tibs is going to be like, all right, time to use the bell. But no, he just goes right to the key every time. So this is what you want to do against the arc fires that aren't perfectly spaced, is you just let Robin run out of them. She only has so many chances to perfectly space them, and then once it's done, you get back on stage.
Yeah. I mean, Tibs definitely feels comfortable in the matchup, right? Especially when we're talking character v character. Just a matter of making sure that his mental state is strong going into this. And so far, he looks really keen on making me eat my words, it seems.
Yeah, so far, running it totally even. You mentioned that he looks comfortable in the matchup, and that makes sense because he is part of HMO. And one significant member of HMO we saw earlier in Pizza Man Zillion, who is a Robin player. So it makes sense that he would understand what's going on with this matchup. He's got a resource that he can ask any question to at any time.
I mean, if this does go to a game 3, could you potentially see the Toon Link coming out again?
I wouldn't be surprised at all, because if you say, okay, well, what the hell? Why does he know how to play against Robin? Whatever. I'll go to Toon Link, where this region is a little bit more dry on that sort of thing. And again, working out for Tibs right now. He's ahead in percents. Not a stock taken just yet, and gets the lingering hitbox of the forward smash rather than the hard spot.
Ooh, trying to go for the grab there. Doesn't quite work out, nor does the spot dodge, but we're not really seeing Jerm able to connect with a follow-up aerial in this particular case. Oh, but he will be connecting with that beautiful, beautiful down smash. Oh,
that's
money.
Exactly what you do once you tap that little hit of the wrongly spaced arc fire. You just hit the down smash because they're below ledge and they got to get up against something that 2 frames.
Jerm making the right call as well on recovery there. Instead of going for the ledge, just recovers early. Figuring that Tibs is going to be hungry, trying to go off stage to end the stock early. Ooh. And a big Nosferatu as well. That's going to recover some of that damage that he had taken from the previous stock.
So what Nosferatu tells me is that Jerm is starting to pick up on the movement that Tibs has got. And maybe that is a signal that, hey, you got to start mixing it up. I know you're Pac-Man. I know your options are limited, but you got to do it at some point. There it is once again. Arcfire on the ledge, just getting the tap. But now that he's out of it, Tibs should be able to just get onto the stage, but he's got to hurry up.
Man, Jerm just being so incredibly patient here.
Oh. Just out of range. Man. My God. I feel so bad for
Man,
Pac-Man.
It's 2019 and Pac-Man's grab still sucks.
at least he doesn't get Roy Zone on a grab anymore. But, like, also, I feel bad.
Oh, man.
Well, Tibs just needs to find the stock. Certainly well into kill percent for Robin, but that just does become the issue for Pac-Man sometimes. And yeah, able to get the 360 no-scope.
Yeah, that's the sauce. That's the sauce for sure. Go ahead. Let's look at A1.
I got it hungry for barbecue. Goes low. And that's the third one. Won't be able to make it back.
Yeah, that was not the sauce.
No. That was like...
That was not
the chicken's dry, man.
Yeah, that was the McChicken of recoveries. Just nobody wanted to see that, man.
Oh my God, dude. Never getting sponsored by McDonald's.
Yo.
But
you know what? I would never push it, okay? I'm only going to push what I believe in.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. No, I'm with you. I'm believing in Jerm taking this game right now because he is so far ahead. And once again, because of an SD, Tibs is fighting from behind and fighting, just going in a little bit too hard, like matching the tempo of this music. Man, if he would just slow it down and go right back to that game plan, it's been working out. It's been going even with Jerm, who everybody in Texas could tell you is a top player in this region.
Yeah, definitely one of those very scary threats. And it's not like Tibs knows this character so well, right? I'm looking at the little technical things that he's doing, and I'm incredibly impressed. It's just these micro moments that unfortunately cost him so much.
Yeah, he reminds me of Kenny from MVDA or MDVA, who used to play Pikachu, and he was famous for almost beating the best players in the world, but then SDing like right at the very end.
Yeah, it's rough. Oh, great hydrant placement, and an even better orange coming out there.
Snipes him with the Florida, my dude.
Perfect.
Now he's pushing back on stage. This is what we see from Tibs. Once he's got it back to even stock count, he says, all right, I can do this. I'm good.
He's looking more comfortable.
It's kind of like Hades and Hercules. You did
fine.
what? Okay, I'm
fine.
fine.
I'm cool. I'm fine.
Cool.
You know, I can't quote that movie from start to finish. I'm not even joking. One of my really weird traits.
I can't blame you, man.
Do not take me to a talent show. It's going to be 2 hours of your life you don't want. Jerm right now, like we said, did a good job of just whittling away here.
Oh my
what
God!
a snipe! That's a big snipe coming through, and Tibs going to be sent down to the loser's bracket. Man, Jerm with some big plays at the end there.
Big plays at the end. I mean, he is a clutch master. We all knew that already, but finding the snipe with the Thor on JV, unfortunately, I got to tell you, that's the second time I've seen it tonight, and your boy was the victim of the first one that he saw tonight. But